Roger?
I'm going to suggest, and this probably should have been on today's agenda because it was tabled from the previous meeting, so it is legitimately a matter to be dealt with today, one way or the other. But I'm actually going to move a motion to table this for one further meeting, and continue to see what we can do at the City of Oshawa to figure out whether this is going to move forward or not. So I'm going to give you a motion to table this to the June meeting.
I'd like to suggest an amendment to this.
Well, let me get let me get the motion on the floor first.
But if it gets deferred, then we can't talk about it anymore.
No, we'll have the motion and then you can move an amendment to the motion. So.
Refer this to the table this to the June board meeting.
Do I have a seconder?
So for the sake of discussion, I'll second that motion.
All right.
I'm willing to kind of get us out of this loop that we're simply waiting and waiting and keep kicking this down the road, to make a modified motion saying that hopefully it gets voted that the board is in favor of such an option if and when, let's say, funding is available or approved, but at least that we're on record as saying that we want to do this. It wouldn't commit us to anything specifically, but we would be saying, you know, we would want to do this, conditions are right. That's it.
Elizabeth?
I believe that the board has said that for many, many years, that we are in favor of having the RFID, and it goes into the capital plan every year.
That's not the motion. The motion is one scanner, one library, by the end of the year, still that idea, you know, kind of fast tracked, so that if things in September turn out that we get the go-ahead, we've already decided, you know, we go ahead.
Roger?
I'm just going to say that would require what Grant is suggesting would require defeating the tabling motion and the new motion to come on the floor. And I'm afraid, Grant, I'm still going to speak in favor of tabling this for one more month. I know it's been a very patient process, but I don't want us to take on responsibilities that belong with the city under our shared services agreement, and IT is part of that shared services agreement. So I'd like an answer from them, and if it's a no, and we then want to discuss your idea of one unit, one location, that might be a worthy discussion. But at this point, I'd like to see this as frustrating and patient a process as it is. I'd like to see the city complete its process and give us an answer before we proceed on our own.
It's unfortunate you're looking at it that way. I would have hoped that the consultant, whoever that is, would have already had this motion, that they have something to work on to see that we're kind of progressive in this, rather than simply being so legalistic and waiting for cross our T's and dot our I's.
There was something that was brought up earlier, but just wanted clarification. I think, Gil, you asked the question that this item is not budgeted for in the 2012 budget.
So we can't.
So we
can't go away. Technically, on that grounds alone.
Yeah, so we're really looking at starting if we do get approval in 2013. Yeah.
So who's going to decide what the Friends money is going to be used for?
Friends.
They make a recommendation, but I think it comes here to us at some point. Either we or Ian decides what to. I think that's how it's been done in the past.
Yeah.
No, the Friends of the Library funding is made available to the library, and the spending is based on recommendations that come from library management, library staff, who put together what the Friends like to refer to as a wish list at the end of every year. The funding comes in December, early January, based on the revenues from the book sales that are held in May and October. At that point, the Friends ask us if the library has any projects which fall within the mandate of the Friends, which could be funded by the Friends. And then at that point, the staff comes up with a list. I take the list to the executive of the Friends of the Library, and they make a decision at the executive of the Friends on which projects they will support. They then make a recommendation to the Friends of the Library Board as to which projects will be supported. And then if everything goes in the favor, the check comes to the library for those specific projects.
So we need to vote on the tabling of the motion, is that correct? Okay, we had, Roger made the motion, Will seconded it. Do you have any comment?
Is it tabling or deferral or?
Okay,
It's, at this point, it's just pushed forward to the next meeting, and then we can have this
Refer to
discussion
the next
again.
meeting.
Yeah, it's tabled to the next meeting.
I'm splitting hairs here, because tabling is one thing and a referral is another.
It's actually tabling to the next
All right.
meeting, yes.
okay,
So it will be on the agenda next week.
It'll be on the agenda next week.
okay. So all in favor? Is there any other business?
Yeah.
Opposed.
Oh, thanks, opposed?